what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 252, and we're recording on October 2nd, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, in terms of announcements, my hand mic came in, so if I'm like, I might lay down during the podcast, dude, with the hand mic. Like, I could do one of these, dude, if you want to. I don't really know, dude. The possibilities are endless. I might have to imitate some choreography at some point if it's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
So we got a lot. We got new technologies.
Wow. Wow.
No State of the Nation this week because we're covering 6 songs again. We'll start doing that again next week. The only other thing is there's an announcement we're going to make for the Soju Chart Spice King segment, so stick around for that. But let's get into the big new releases. So we are covering 6 songs this week, 3 of them from this current week, and then 3 of them from the break we had. So the 3 from this week are XG Puppet Show. We have decided to now, if you've been around for the last right before we went on to the break and during the break, we've been talking about XG a lot. XG is now going to be included in the polls and on the show. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. XG Puppet Show, we're covering that. We have Billie, BYOB, Bring Your Own Best Friend, their pre-release. Jungkook 3D featuring Jack Harlow. That's out of left field. And from the break, we have NCT U, Baggy Jeans. High Key with Seoul, Such a Beautiful City. And then there was a third song. It was supposed to be the Cheon song, but we made an executive decision to cover IVE either way their pre-release because, I really wanted to talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the 6 songs we are covering this week. Once again, we will try to remember to do the new spicy, tingly, and mild ratings for each song. We're not that great at it yet. We kind of forgot. We added it in later. We'll see what happens. But what I will tell you is that XG's Puppet Show is a spicy song. Objectively, guys. That's how we're going to start it off.
Wow. Okay. Diving right into it.
Xgal X or Avex, their parent company. Their last 3 songs: New Dance, TGIF, Girl Gang, not Girl Giving, Girl Gang. I know now, guys. This Puppet Show is just a certified banger. I don't know how else you can describe this, guys.
Oh, it bangs.
I have been doing some thinking because I kept saying the term like this is a top 5 song or something last week. I would not say top 5, but I am willing to contend that it is a top 10 song this year for me.
That's fair.
Out of the songs we have covered on the podcast specifically. Because I went through the list. I got like Ditto, OMG, Fighting, Jungkook 7, Cupid, Rover, ETA, Better Things, Super Shy. I would consider this in that grouping.
Bro,
so I would put this in my top 10.
Pulled out your notebook with like songs.
I'm educated. I'm coming with notes, with receipts this year, dude.
Wow. Wow.
Come on.
A new season, new Doug, new mic, new notebook.
Yeah. Do you all agree with me that this is a certified spicy song if we were doing that metric that we used to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is as good as it gets. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, what more do you want?
This company, these people, Jacobs, they got something cooking, dude. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. You kind of feel that with New Jeans where there's just like a magic that's happening. You just want to sit back and watch it occur. XG's got that same feeling for me. There is something happening here, and we are lucky to be witnessing it at the moment.
Yeah, no, I feel like XG experiments a little bit more in their sound, I would say, than New Jeans. But I feel like with every release, even though it doesn't sound the same, I do feel like it complements the group. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do the production side of things, but it just feels like it's a good synergy of the sound, the performance, the members, and I feel like this one works as well. And it's so interesting because this is not New Dance. This is very different, not same sound.
This is so much better than New Dance. Like
New
Dance was fun, right? It was fun.
It was nice.
It was fine. But this is another level.
Okay, no,
right?
New Dance was new dance. This is a good dance. This is good. This is just good. You know what I mean? Like, okay. I think here's my overlap in New Jeans, and I think Anita, this is kind of what you're getting at, right? I feel like between Puppet Show and a lot of stuff that New Jeans has done, and a lot of the stuff that XG has done up until this point, like like Left Right or Shooting Star. All these are just no shrills, just good ass pop music, just good ass dance music. There's a lot of R&B to it. There's a lot of like Jersey Club to it. It's kind of trendy, yet it's not something that's oversaturated in this genre yet. It hits all the marks of being a K-pop song. Like for instance, it does like a halftime anti-chorus a little bit, and it works.
I like that.
Everyone loved
worked
it.
well.
I know. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I think anti-choruses are really hit or miss. This one definitely hits though.
I know. And like, here's the thing. Like every group has a lot of different members with different voices. That's obviously what you're going to end up with if you have a group with a lot of people. But XG is one of those groups where like every member brings something of their own to the table, right? And I really dig that. And the way each members sing off of each other or rap off of each other, I was like, that's great. Like the first verse is Harvey, Jurin, Juria, Hinata. Like that whole section is like, boy, that's a good salad. You know what I mean? Like it's like you put in it's like a good bowl of poke. You put everything you like in it. It sounds good. It works together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with the rap verse that happened after the first. I mean, you know what I mean? Like they just work together really, really well. It feels like one good group instead of like 8 different members doing their own thing.
As Darius Slay of the Eagles stated last year, we ain't got no Robins here. We're all Batmans. You know, that's how it kind of feels with this group. You know,
They're all main characters.
They're all main characters. There ain't no Robins, dude. They're all Batmans. Like that's I like that energy, right?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I feel like for me, someone who is not extremely versed in XG, like I know the songs now, right? There's like a holy trinity of people who I think are actually, you know, I'll include Harvey in it. There's a square.
There you go.
There's a square. She's essential to the formula. But I really like Kokona, Jurin, and Chisa. I think are really like, I think the stabilizers of this group in terms of singing, rapping, performance-wise. I think they really anchor it. And then Harvey adds the XG, MSG that you need in order to have the correct flavor at the end. Yeah, and obviously the other members are doing fine too. Everyone's good. The main thing that stands out to me is how good the pronunciation is. I say it every time they release a song, but like this should be, it's amazing because, you know, the pronunciation is good, right? This should be the floor for K-pop and people in Korea, but it's not. Do you know what I'm saying?
High floor. Yeah, no, dude.
I mean,
Like,
I think it's just different goals, you know, like
fair.
for them.
Maybe it
this
shouldn't
is
be
like
the floor, but
the
this should be
whole
the
song.
aspiration of the English pronunciation, right?
Aim high. Aim high.
They should aim high.
Aim to be the
I mean,
sky.
if we think about it, 10, 15 years ago, the English was horrific, right?
Oh, it's so much better now. We've come a long way.
Right? Magic, right? We're here now. It's a lot better. The only thing I'll say, not about the song itself, this styling it's not meant for me. Let's just say that, guys.
What,
Very
you don't like
maximalist.
the snow.
There's a lot of crazy things going on here.
What an interesting music video.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick.
So I saw a lot of discussion about Harvey's red grills, right? That she's wearing. I believe they are red. People were asking, is there a meaning to it? Is it referencing the traditional Japanese teeth blackening? Is there some kind of overarching meaning in terms of the song itself? Because, you know, she does say, listen to what comes out of my mouth and points at her teeth, right? Like, so they're not, it's not just there for effect. It's there for a reason, right? People are saying, like, maybe they want to be heard more as individuals. Maybe it's more a commentary on gender. You know, people are wondering all these type of things. I don't have the answers for you, but I just wanted to inform you all that people are having this type of discussion online about it.
I was not aware of the teeth thing. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, because I saw a couple TikToks where people were talking about it to a decent amount.
Interesting.
I mean, I can't speak for the teeth thing, but like on the other hand, like everything else with the fits, I was like, damn, like it's kind of looking dope. Like one of the girls has like 2 antennas coming out of her head. Like
Sandra Park got 1 antenna. This girl got 2. She's like, look at me, dude.
I didn't think of that.
Double the antennas.
Man, someone's gonna come up with like 3 antennas at some point. I don't know. I mean, like, I like the whole white theming. You know what I mean?
It was interesting.
Yeah, like
I could say I was not the biggest fan of some of the hairstyles, but the overall concept I will say was really cool.
I agree.
I liked
I
it
think
better than shoot. What is the song called? It's not. Sorry, I'm looking at your list again. TGI. It's better than TGIF. The styling. Like that was like TGIF was actually too out there for me. This at least feels cohesive with the rest of like the set and the white aliens and like you know what I mean. As far as I understand, the theming of the album kind of goes along that. Like it's supposed to be like them pronouncing themselves as a new species, hence new DNA. You know what I mean?
Oh yes,
Right.
yes.
So it's like I kind of get the what's the word? Outer space, you know, like, ooh, look at us. We were on a spaceship now we are in a different planet. Like interstellar XG now, you know what I mean? Like that's dope. I don't know, Doug, did you find the TGIF music video?
Yeah, that was the one with the polka dot bodysuits, a lot of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. In terms of the song itself, we got puppet show. I feel like this is a trope that we've been that people have been hitting lately. I think it completely fits to what they're doing. You think like Ice Spice, she was calling people munches. They're calling people puppets. You know, same type of energy. Hey, can I just say, Ice Spice having that Munchkin ad with Dunkin' Donuts is ridiculous. It's hilarious, dude.
She has one?
She has a Munchkin ad, dude.
Yeah,
with Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm
and
bringing
Ben
the
Affleck's
pumpkin
in
spice.
it. Yeah, Ben Affleck's in it too.
That
Because
fits.
Dunkin' Donuts is from the
Great.
Boston area, right? So it's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, but I like the theming. I thought that bass line, I don't even know if it's a bass line. That bass sound we got, the drum thing, is so good. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, yes.
It's good arrangement. It's good production. It's what it is. Like it has those like nice Jersey styles of drums, and there's like minimal amounts of chord, which is really all you need in this kind of genre. We're not going over the top. It's very minimal until it needs to be maximalist, and then it brings it down to half tempo for chorus, and that's dope. And then you go into the second verse, which is the rap verse. And I keep coming back to that transition because that's a good transition, you know, where like it tunes into Coconut's voice where she's like, pop it, pop it, that thing. That was like, I really love the transition. I love the rap part that follows that, you know what I mean?
I like the tempo. I like how the delivery that switches from that.
Try doing it at home. It's hard.
I can't. I know I can't.
I'm gonna do it my way and apologize. That thing, then like, by Felicia with it. That line, by Felicia with it, that's a difficult set of words to pronounce back to back. Like, this is.
Bro,
Verbal
Coconut,
gymnastics right there.
all these rappers, but dude, Coconut's tone is so good, right? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's so different. It's so good. And then she hits us with the really low notes, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Harvey with a more higher pitched notes, right? It's good. It's good.
The flow between like boy, you think I'm in love with you, that kind of goes up, and then ha cry me a river, that thing, like I don't know,
Then
like
Harvey,
look,
then
this
Maya.
is one of those weeks, right, where like we have Mark, classic amazing rapper in K-pop, we have Jack Harlow, an actual rapper. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is my favorite rap verse of the week.
Of course.
Ooh.
Of
month.
course.
Like,
Of course.
I think yes.
Yeah.
I like.
yeah, you agree, Anita?
I think I do. I like the delivery. I like how it's incorporated in the song.
I know, and it's like so skillfully delivered. Like that's I know Jack Harlow's not a very high bar to like go over, but like still, like, ha, cry me a river. That you're sick to leave, but you're extra.
XG's one of the few groups.
And apologetic. I'm gonna cut you off like.
I haven't gone to concerts in a while. I would consider going to an XG thing if they eventually did it.
I want to go.
Like
I'm jealous at
XG
Warren.
in 2 years, Madison Square Garden, sign me up. You know, I'd go watch that.
I am unpleased because this song came out after I saw them live. Now I want to see them again.
Head in the Clouds, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Next year,
this
next
XG, this album, the new DNA album, which came out on the 27th, is the first physical thing I believe they've released. I am
makes sense.
extremely
Yeah.
curious what the sales will end up being for this. I think that would be very informative.
Yes.
Because you got to think, Mascara went number 14 on Japan's charts, and then New Dance went 18th. So they are starting to gain a lot of traction within Japan itself. So we will have to see what happens.
We'll see. We will see.
Overall, though, they're doing a great job. Their company's doing a great job. Jakobs is doing real good. It's
Okay,
exciting.
should I rate this before we move on?
I mean, we all said it's spicy at the
Spicy.
beginning. It's
Okay.
spicy. All right, let's move on. We got Billie with BYOB, not Bring Your Own Beer. It is Bring Your Own Best Friend. That is difficult for some people, though, which is a pre-release. They are from Mystic Story. Last 3 songs, Anoya, Ring My Bell, Ginga Minga Yo. This is a pre-release. The main thing's going to come out later. I don't have the exact dates here. I could look them up at some point. But
October 23rd.
wow, so it's a while. Holy crap. Okay.
Couple weeks.
How did you feel about this energy or lack of energy they're giving us here?
I'm liking it. I like this chill, more easy tempo. I like the vibe.
I
Yay?
don't.
Yay? Nay?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, as a pre-release.
Okay, I mean, sure. As a pre-release, I think that makes sense. I mean, on the other hand, like, I'm gonna look at what they did, what they wanted to do, and how the execution was. You know what I mean? Just felt like they were. It felt like it was very clear what they wanted to do, and they just kind of lazily made a track off of it. Honestly, like, not that that's a bad thing, because I think the execution was fine. It's just, why would I listen to this when the Cupid is there?
Here's
really?
here's the issue with this song.
Issue?
The
Okay.
issue with this it's not an issue of this song
You're
itself.
pissing off Anita.
It's the business decision. It's the business decision that I have
Okay,
issue
okay.
with. This song is fine as a B-side, right? It is fine. If you want to incorporate this in your album, you want to release some kind of lyric video or something like that. I have issue with them putting this as the pre-release, though.
Why?
Why so?
I'm not hyped for their comeback then.
Oh, you feel like it's going to be this tone.
All I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying that pre-releases need to be a one-to-one comparison to the title track, right? But I feel like a pre-release should take me in the direction that it's gonna go, right? I just don't know how I feel about it, because, like, this is fine. It's dreamlike. It's airy.
Yes,
It's very different than the other Billie stuff we've gotten up until this point, for
it
sure.
is.
I mean, to be quite frank, the title track is gonna be called "Dang Hocus Pocus," so I think
Exactly. We need that energy.
Halloween.
It's gonna be a Halloween song. Like,
yeah, you can kind of tell.
But I always feel like the pre-release should somewhat complement the title track, and clearly that's not what they're going to do based on the titles, right, of the 2 songs.
Probably not.
Okay, since we're on the page about business decisions, if I had to guess what happened in the business strategy marketing meeting they had, or probably a series of them, this feels like a reach towards a different market than they were already in connection with, as in maybe they were trying to connect with the Western market a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
General audience.
right, the general
more-
public, because Billie, a couple members have been gaining traction with the general public. Some of their title tracks I would not quite say is particularly general public friendly. Some of it is, I'm not gonna lie. But maybe this is an attempt to kind of reel those audiences in. So it's like they're gonna keep doing the Billie thing with the title track, and they're gonna try to draw in new audiences with this track, which makes sense if you look at the music video, because the music video is very casual, it's chill,
Yes.
it's relatable towards the regular audience, going about hanging out with their friends, going to the grocery store, and like eating too much dumplings off of like the free, try a dumpling with her, you know what I mean? Like,
I have a story about this, about that.
about what? What'd
Okay.
you do?
What happened?
What'd you do, Douglas?
So Korean free sample culture versus American free sample culture is different. I want to preface this that I have seen multiple Korean people on Korean shows and other things at Korean grocery stores. They are allowed to try multiple of the samples.
Yeah.
I've seen it. In America, it's not PC to do that, right? I took Korean kids to Costco while we were in college. I took J&J, if Warren and Anita want to know who J&J are. I took them to Costco one time. They both tried to just stand there and keep eating the samples. And I was, as the introvert I am, I died inside many times that day.
Did you walk away?
You didn't stop them?
I told them they shouldn't, and they said, "No, it's fine, it's fine," and they did it. In his voice, it's fine, we can do it, it's fine. The food's out here, guys, it's fine. And I think it was a quarter of a hamburger. Man, they ate like 2 hamburgers, dude.
You wanted a snack to continue shopping.
I mean, like, so that happened to me when I was little, when I first moved to America.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know that you're only supposed to take one?
No,
or if you're gonna take 2, you like take off your jacket and come back 10 minutes later and take a second one?
No, dog, it was worse because I was this like 3rd grader that was like walking around the grocery store.
Oh, you must have got yelled at, dude.
No, people were like, "Where's your mother?" And I was like, "Why do you want to know where my mother is? Like, why do you give a shit?" Like, now I know they were concerned about me and their resources of free samples, but like.
They probably thought like this kid, his parents aren't feeding him. He's just eating samples. Oh my
God,
God, what do we do? What do we do with this kid? Going back to Billie, this is not related to the group itself, but I have a little bit of grudge against Chuki at the moment, Suki, in this group.
Why?
Okay, I watched the show she was on called Zombieverse, right?
Okay.
It was a top 10 shittiest TV shows I've ever watched in my life.
Dang.
It was like a zombie role-playing game, right? They had a big cast, like Paknare, Jonathan and his sister were on the show, Dex was on the show. Like, there was a lot of people on this show.
Wow. Okay. I'm looking at the line.
Din Din was on the show. To be fair, like, it was a terribly produced show. Like, it logically made no sense at all. It was the worst zombie show I've ever seen in my life. But
that bad? Okay.
Suki was completely useless. She was just there. There was so many times they're like, "Guys, we gotta be quiet or we're gonna alert the zombies. We gotta try to be as quiet as possible." Second something happens, she screams her head off, dude. Like, it happened every single goddamn time. It's like, shut the F up. Jonathan just got eaten because you didn't keep your mouth shut. Like, there was so many scenarios. At one point, vital spoiler, don't watch the show, it's terrible. She got captured and they sacrificed like 3 people to save her, dude.
Oh my God.
And on this show, when you die, you're off the show. That's it.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
It was not worth to save her, but they did, and they lost a lot of good people. Just wanted to throw that out. That's why I felt the grudge. I like her as a person though, but on that show, I couldn't stand her.
Yeah, I've heard interesting things about the show.
It's terrible. Don't ever watch it.
By Park Jin-young, who's the main producer of Maritel, like My Little Television series.
It's like one of the worst. Like, I've seen a lot of shitty K-pop shows on like Netflix and whatever. Some of them are terrible, right?
Yeah.
This is up there for the worst.
Really?
It just doesn't make sense logically.
Damn, I was gonna watch
the whole issue with the show is, this is my overarching problem. On episode like 2 or 3, they're stuck in a grocery store, right? So the grocery store itself is locked, right? Which is fine. They're in a side room within the grocery store. There's like 5 or 6 zombies outside on the floor, right? In a real world situation, you would just kill the 5 zombies and then there's no more zombies inside, right?
Okay, yeah.
They don't let them. The zombies have to live the whole time. There's no way to kill the zombies.
Oh, what?
So it makes no sense logically.
That's impossible then.
So they keep trying to do missions and gather food, and people keep dying. And I'm like, if we just kill the zombies inside the grocery store, we're fine. We could just stay in the grocery store. They don't let them like kill the zombies, so it makes no sense.
All right. Well, I mean, I haven't seen the show, so I can't.
Don't ever watch
but,
it.
Like,
If you want to watch a show, my recommendation is there's a game called The Devil's Plan right now. It's like The Genius. It's a bunch of smart people. They play smart people games like Mafia. They can win $500,000. It's on Netflix. Watch that show. 10 out of 10.
but like, how do you kill a zombie though? Like, it's a zombie. Zombies don't die. Like, you can't kill.
Yes,
them.
you
That's
do. In all zombie movies, you hit the head, you kill the brains, the zombie's dead.
Yeah. There's always a way.
There's always.
Like, I guess.
You take like a baseball bat, you just hit its head and it's dead.
Yeah, I guess.
Anita knows the lore. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen a couple.
See, Anita, you understand
Yes,
my frustration,
movies.
right? People keep dying to these zombies. I'm like, if we just killed the 5 zombies in this grocery store, we're Gucci. We have so much food. We're having a great time. Yeah.
Oh wait, there's the penis doctor's on here too.
Yes, he's on there.
Urologist.
Yes. He's
Yes.
there. All right, we're derailed now. Going back to Billie, I don't have a problem with the song itself. I think it is fun and it is light and it is acceptable.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I think it's just all right. It's a down tempo disco track. It's bound to do what it wants to do. One thing I
Yeah.
did find interesting. Sorry, yeah.
No, keep going.
Yeah, one thing I did find interesting was the theming, like the lyrics of the song, because I thought it's just a thing about don't bring your boyfriend. I just want to have fun with my friends. You know what I mean? I thought that's what the lyrics were like, right? That's my understanding of it. If you saw the English translations, I think that's what it is. And then I go read the press release, and it has a thing about the main character unsure if this is love or just something more. It's like implied gay or bi, and I'm like, that's not clear in the lyrics. You should make that. Where was this undertone? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, you should have been a little more explicit about that if you wanted it to be. You know what I mean?
Wait, what? What undertones? Say that again.
Okay, I'm reading the press release, and it apparently it's about growth regarding
Okay, fair.
a person and the way they deal with their emotions. Because the main character is unsure if this is love or just a friendly, like a friendly relationship, like platonic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't like going through the entire song. I was like, that's not clear in anything.
That's not clear at all.
No.
I would not have said that was a
Confusing mystic story.
theme.
Confusing.
Exactly. But anyways,
one's
apparently that's what they
interesting.
intended.
Okay, I would say this is a tingly song. It's tingly.
I agree. Tingly.
It's aight.
I also said, yeah, also tingly. It's all right.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to the third song. Jungkook from BTS released 3D featuring Jack Harlow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is from Big Hit. Other solo tracks, Seven obviously, and Dreamers from the World Cup. Does this not just sound like a Justin Timberlake track, guys? Or is it just me? Is it just me?
Very
Is it
late
just me?
90s, early 2000s. Yes.
Yep.
Like, I like Jungkook. I like Seven. That's in my top 10, as I said previously in this
That's
this
a
show.
good one. That was a good debut.
Let's put it this way. This might be a take about Justin Timberlake, right?
Oh.
I thought that Justin Timberlake is one of those artists who might not on a completely individual technical level be the most talented singer in the world, right? But the production team behind them and the decisions they make accentuate what he's got, right?
Yeah.
For someone like Jungkook, though, who's an extremely good singer, right?
Are you calling Jungkook a better vocalist than Justin Timberlake? Because I agree.
Ooh.
I think his range is further, for sure, right? He could sing definitely higher than Justin Timberlake.
Really?
Justin Timberlake goes into falsetto real quick.
Okay. I mean, okay. Fair point.
I just feel like instead of making a Jungkook song, they just had Jungkook sing like a Justin Timberlake song. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, let me play the devil's advocate because I see it as a complimentary track to Seven. Like, it's
If you say it like that, I could get that.
Yeah.
I could get down with that.
in the same wavelength. Like you mentioned, it has the early 2000s dance R&B kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Anita, that's like your field of profession.
That's my specialty.
I don't know. Retro in general is your thing.
No. I honestly, I get what Doug's saying because I feel like I did hear a lot of the similarities in the vibe and the concept, the music video too. But I feel like that was like this is a trend in a way, and we're following like what is trending at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So I feel like 7 was a little bit more of like outside the trend, like more of like an interpretation of the trend maybe, and this is more in line, like nothing completely new, I would say. But I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I kind of agree with the comment of this being more as like a follow up, like what would be like the repackage, right? If it was an album or a extended play. But I feel like it's not as hard hitting, even with the feature, right? Because I feel like the feature is
divisive, to say the least.
the feature is Jack
really?
Harlow. What do you want from him? Like, do you want him to
Like,
do really
there
well?
are a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I like Harlow. This was a more like what's expected from him." And I saw a lot of people who aren't the biggest fans of him being like completely like lost me in the song. You know, I saw that too.
Okay, it's not that bad. It's just Harlow doing Jack Harlow in my head.
I don't know. I don't want to describe how I feel about Jack Harlow too much, but like,
Wait, now you have to. What do you mean?
I feel like all of his lyrics are just overly sexual for the sake of being overly sexual. A lot of the times, like that's all he has to say. You know, he's not a real deep
I'm
guy.
not too familiar with his stuff.
Well, he tried to be deep in his last album, and you know how much level of depth that had. Like,
Fair.
I don't think he's a lyrical dude to begin with.
Also, they did that thing where once they start rapping once they feature on a Korean track, they have to just drop a bunch of Asian references.
I did hear that.
All my
That was
ABGs
interesting.
get cute
Yeah, you know,
for me.
I thought that was a really cringy line. To be honest with you, can we let ABGs the term just die, guys? In like the 2000s, can we just like leave it back there, guys? Why we gotta bring it back up?
It was interesting, right? Seeing. It was not on my bingo card. Jack Harlow walking into a Jungkook song, beginning his verse saying Jungkook looks sexy and pulls a lot of girls. Like, that was not on my bingo card. Like, let me be honest with you.
I know.
I feel like Jack, if he actually wrote the lyrics to the song, he held it back a little bit for the K-pop audience. I definitely feel like that's the case. Because he could go way more in that direction.
But he didn't. Okay.
But he didn't. On the other hand, it feels like a very plain attempt to pull some more pop relevance number points, even more so than what happened to 7. So I'm here thinking, like, did he, like, if he wanted a good quality feature that fits this aesthetic, there are plenty of rappers with good name value who would have fit this bill so well, like Amine, Gold Link. Like, there's so many out there. You know what I mean? And that
Gold Link.
okay, you know what? I actually don't know that many American rappers off the bat. But even Korean rappers. Justice would do really well here. Don Malik would do really well here.
Yeah, but he's trying to hit the American market. That's the whole thing of Jungkook's MO at the moment. So
Yes,
I get that.
It's just, does Jungkook need Jack Harlow?
Let's just put it this way: if Jack Harlow actually flew out someone from Korea to Kentucky, I don't think the girl would be very happy. If you were flown out to Kentucky, let's be honest here.
Long flight.
That's a long ass flight to end up in
flight.
Kentucky. Shout out to Kentucky though. You know, the fried chicken. It's aight.
Yeah, but like, there's no direct flight from Seoul. What are you gonna do?
Overall, it's a fun song. I liked it. I just feel like I feel like this song's more about just the spectacle of getting Jungkook and Jack Harlow on a track together. You know?
Okay, but that's not saying much, because that's not a spectacle I need to see or feel the need to see at all.
Really? I thought it was okay. I thought it was like, wow, I can't believe these two worlds are getting smashed together here.
I think when I knew about the feature, I thought like, oh, this will be interesting. But seeing what they were using as the main sound, the main genre, I feel like maybe it was a little limiting. Like I feel like the beat itself, like the song itself, was nice, but it did get a little repetitive. I don't know. I guess I didn't think there was a ton of like dynamics going on, which maybe also has to do with the fact that I don't think Jungkook's vocals were shown as much
That too.
in this one.
That was kind of my point at the beginning.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it's nice, but it's kind of not at the same level as 7.
One thing I do need to point out, Jungkook,
Okay.
I feel like his verse was better than Jack. Like Jungkook, I could rap better than I thought. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Oh no, of course, his was way better than Harlow. 100%.
I even maybe a hot take. I liked his rapping better than J-Hope or Suga.
Ooh,
Oh,
interesting.
that's a take.
That's
Okay.
gonna be controversial. I know, but like on the other hand, like it sounded really good. It fit the tone and it fit the bill. I don't expect him to start dropping a rap mixtape anytime soon, but on the other hand, like he is capable of what is needed for this track, and that's what he did. What he needed to do, like that first half of the song, it wasn't awful. Bad.
This song is also going to serve as a purpose as it is so palatable to the masses, right? For the Western side K-pop, well, not K-pop, Western sounding pop fans who aren't super into K-pop. This is super palatable, right?
Oh, dude, this is gonna be all over TikTok.
Exactly, right?
All
So
over.
it's a smart decision here. And you know, Jungkook's genre that he chose is he gonna do pop, right? So that comes with
commend
all
that.
the things that come with pop. He's committed to it. I think it's going well at the moment for sure. Like 7 was great. This is pretty good. I'm interested to see him explore this more. I don't know. Is he going to the military soon too with all the other dudes to line it up? Like I think it would be a shame actually, because he isn't that old. Yeah, he's only 26, but I'm enjoying what he's doing with this pop side. I think it's really
It's nice.
it's smart because you know how some of the other BTS members were like, I'm going to do the music that I wanted to do, right? Regardless of how palatable it is, right? I'm going to say what I want to say. Where Jungkook is more, he's having like I could have fun, do my thing, show off what I'm good at, but it's also very palatable to everyone, right? And I could grow my fan base here. I think
It's
that's a smart
good
decision.
Mix. Yeah.
It's a mix of the two.
I agree with that. But on the other hand, I know this is pop music, and I know you gotta appeal to the masses, but this smells a little too boring, a little too sanitized for me.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I would give this
Tingly.
a high tingly. I think it's almost as spicy.
I would give this a strong mild.
Whoa!
Oh.
Whoa! Okay. Wow. Let us know what you think. Let's go on to the songs from the break. Oh, we're gonna take a quick break first, right? That's what we've been doing lately.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right. The fourth song we are covering this week is from the break. So the next 3 songs are from the break. It is NCT U with Baggy Jeans. They are from SM. Their last 3 songs as NCT U specifically is Universe, Let's Play Ball, Work It, 90s Love. So those are the last 3 NCT U tracks. This Baggy Jeans, last week we mentioned it in the news section how it got added to the unofficial list of like songs you shouldn't listen to while you're studying for the Korean SAT/ACT, right? I completely understand what they were saying with that, right?
Baggy.
It's the chorus.
I don't like this song.
Wait, why? What did it do this time?
You got 7 people who made this song, and not one of these people are brave enough to write lyrics to a chorus. They're all cowards.
Oh dang, strong
Okay,
words.
okay. There's only one lyricist on the song.
That person's a coward.
Just moved on.
Just wanted to say that.
Dude, he looks like this in real life. Like,
That being said, before you guys talk about the song, the music video was awesome though. Like in general, I love the editing.
this is how I know you hate the song. You talk immediately about the music video.
Anita, you can go. You like NCT, Anita? Yeah, right. That's your jam. You know, these are your people.
Yes.
How do you feel about this song?
I do know these people. Yes. I feel okay. I think this song relies a lot on the vibe, I guess, because the song itself, for most of it, right? I think there's a switch towards the end, but for most of it, it's quite I want to say tame. No, it's not the right word, but like there's not a ton going on, and I feel like I was almost a little surprised, or like, dang, we're not having like a switch up or anything, like something big. But then it comes in at the end, so it happened anyway. I thought that was interesting, and I feel like the decision for that was probably on purpose to keep the chorus very catchy, which I think it succeeded. Not necessarily my cup of tea, to be honest, but I can see why people would feel like this is very catchy and
Like
like
Warren.
that.
Warren thinks it's very catchy.
Warren
and
really
fun.
likes this.
I mean,
Yeah,
apparently.
Warren loves this.
I mean, the chorus isn't the only thing I like about the song. Like, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I like the NT drop thing at the beginning. The watch me dripping that boom 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 slay.
Yeah,
I like that part.
I don't know. I feel like the transitions are good. Like, okay, let's start with the chorus. Chorus is catchy. Baggy jeans. Is it repetitive? Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
stupidly repetitive? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes is the answer.
But hear me out. The rest of the song is like held up decently well. Like, I'm not gonna say like amazingly well, but like the whole section leading up to the chorus was pretty nice. Like the Mark verse comes in, Mark does the Mark thing, and the Mark thing is typically really Mark, which is really good. You know what I mean? Did we need a whole build up and the bridge to the first chorus? Like, I didn't think so. That was gonna be my complaint, because like that felt like it was a forced attempt to make this a K-pop song when it really didn't need one.
Yeah.
The second verse is all right. I mean, that's cool too. Okay, I guess okay. You know what? If you're annoyed with the chorus, I can see why this song is annoying, because like that's like the
a big
spine
part
of the
of
whole
it.
song. Yeah,
I had
Yes.
enough of the baggy jeans, and then we went into the dance break. The
okay, I did like the
Okay.
dance break. Yeah, I did like that.
that was so loud randomly, right?
What I was very confused by the switch in the beat, right? Because it ends up sounding even like a little reggaeton type,
Yes.
right?
sounds like a
and
what
then
type?
Reggaeton.
reggaeton.
Okay.
Yes, and then it switches again, and then the key changes or like something
Yeah,
goes
and then
up.
it goes.
Yes, and then
right?
it ends in that key. It felt a little unresolved. It was such an interesting ending. Like going to the end of this song was like, what happened in the last 40 seconds?
Okay. Hear me out. Devil to the
I'm
advocate
hearing.
here. All right.
Okay.
Hear me out. Right. This track is track number 1 off their new album.
Okay.
It's not the title track. It's also the intro to the rest of the album.
Okay.
So this whole track begins as an intro and then builds out in the latter half of the song into the NCT identity. That's how I saw it. You know what I mean?
So it's supposed to be incorporated into the album.
That's
way.
where I felt like this was going, and I didn't really hate that. That being said, I also recognize that it's meant to be a title track, so like, I mean, take my words with like 5 grains of salt here. But like the way it ends on a different key. Okay, I don't fuck with the dance break. Fuck that stupid shit. Fucking hell. The third chorus, where if you listen to the arrangement, it's a lot busier. It's a lot more glitchcore.
It gets way more grimy all of a sudden
Right.
towards the end.
And it feels a lot more NCT.
Yes.
You know what I
I'll
mean?
give it that. There's a little more singing on top of it too in the
Right.
background. There's some background vocals. It's better for me.
It's a lot more chanty, which is, like our interpretation of like what NCT choruses have been.
And then we got the AI outfit changing at the same time on the screen, dude. Like
Oh my, that
was
The
crazy.
dancing jeans.
Yeah, dude. I was
That
so
made me laugh.
like confused about everything at that point. I was like, all right, I've had enough baggy jeans. And then the dance break happens, and I'm like, we got two different dance breaks here. And then we got the grimy chorus that everything's happening. And then I got the AI shirts on the screen. It was just overwhelming.
Oh wait, have you never seen the AI costume change effect before?
I've seen the effect, but it's the combination of the effect plus the sound with this one was a little overwhelming to me.
So visual overstimulus.
I got overstimulated everywhere, dude.
Okay. Too much fingers.
And I
tickling
was
you.
already emotionally checked out of the song. I was like, I'm done with the baggy jeans, guys. Can we just go home? And it kept going.
Okay. You know what? Okay. I still fuck with it, but I can see why you guys don't like it. I can see. I
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I really like that 10 is in this one.
Okay, I
I
like
missed
10.
him.
I like 10 in general. You know.
Yeah, I like that he got
like
to
that.
sing.
Yeah.
who's 10?
What?
What parts did he sing?
Let me find.
He's
some
in the
10s.
first. He sings for a lot of the verses.
No, he's the Octagon guy.
Yes, I think so.
I'm not sure what that is referencing, but
태돈
blonde.
대충
He was.
거치고 내가 걷는 스틸이 꽤 넓은 Octagon layback 뒤로 끌어줘 빠르기보다
Oh,
내 flow keep it 24.
Yes.
How
okay.
did you guys also feel about the fact? Oh yeah, Warren was saying the dancing jeans where they were clearly wearing like green screen top
That made
suits
me
on the
laugh
top.
a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of goofy.
Took me out a little bit.
That was kind of goofy.
Yeah, that's kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean the fits in general I felt were kind of goofy.
Honestly, it felt like the styling for the song was very like not extreme, but like we were really emphasizing the song, right?
Baggy
Baggy jeans.
Baggy.
So I almost felt
yeah.
like it went just a little too far in one way, where it felt like, okay, we're being very obvious about this. I don't know if that makes it cool or not.
Whenever it's too in your face, it gets a little boring. I agree with you.
Was this not a missed opportunity to do a collaboration with like Dickies or Levi's? Was it not a missed opportunity?
Oh.
I
Well, I
mean,
don't know if
feel
it
like-
was an opportunity, but
Right? Like,
yeah.
okay,
I don't
but
know.
like the group with the jeans in their name hasn't collabed with any denim company yet, so I don't know what to tell you.
Oh shoot, you're right.
that is true. That is true. That doesn't make sense either to me.
Wait, no. I know that New Jeans has done completely off topic, but I know that they've done something with Levi's. Like they've gone to some sort of event for them.
I thought like we're going to introduce you to the new Levi's lineup for the fall thing. Are you talking
Fine.
about that?
Yeah, they
Well, it was
did
like
it 3
a
weeks
couple
ago.
months ago.
Yeah, they partnered with them. They also partnered with them 3 weeks ago as well.
Okay, but
They
like
did
we haven't
a
had like
showcase.
we haven't had like Levi's. You know what I mean? Like we haven't had that song yet.
Oh, like
so,
a song.
Oh no, we're talking about
No.
that. I'm just saying like they could have made some branding and made some money off of this one. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what denim brand they would collab with, especially for like really baggy jeans. That's kind of
I don't know.
trendy.
It's trending right now. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
but
know,
like,
there's,
overall,
there isn't, like,
though-
a brand that's the face of it.
Overall, though, I want to like the song more. Just can't bring myself to.
Damn.
This is a high mile.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Anita-
my thing, but I
Anita,
respect
is this mild,
it if
Anita?
it is.
Anita,
yours.
is it mild?
mild for me?
Okay, tingly.
Tingly.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I switched. Tingly.
There we go.
Anita, you're a coward. Okay. Let's
You're the
No,
only
no.
mild. You are the coward, sir.
We have High Key, Seoul, such a beautiful city. They are from Grand Line Group. Their other songs were Time to Shine, which is the one that kind of popped off for them to an extent. Rose. Oh no, it was Rose Blossom, right? Was that the
Yeah.
one?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Rose Blossom, and then Run. What? Why am I sighing already?
What?
Sorry, you cut off for a second. What'd you say?
I said, why am I sighing already when I'm about to describe how I feel about this track?
Why? Why are you pissed off about all of this?
No, I am not pissed off about this song.
Okay.
Okay,
This
good.
to me is just like, it's one of those songs that's just so safe and fun that I like the song, but it doesn't get me excited. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I can see that.
Like, where are the risks? Where are the passion? You know? But sometimes you don't need to have risks or passion, right?
Yeah.
It's just a fun song. It's fine.
Have you read the lyrics at all, Douglas?
Well, I did see some of the lyrics where they say like I'm not gonna give up, whatever, right? I get that.
I felt like the song had really pretty lyrics, and if you're not paying attention to that, you're missing like 90% of the point. That's honestly my take. It's generally just a well-written song.
Maybe it's just me because this came off extremely like Broadway to me.
I mean, it kind of is. It's like we're gonna go to the big city to be really successful in the media industry.
That's what it reminded me of. As someone who lives in the New York City area, right? It's like the big city where the dreams can come true, you know? Like
the city that never sleeps.
It gave me almost like High School Musical-y vibes, you know?
Oh.
It's like, don't give up. I'm never gonna stop singing. We're gonna achieve our dreams together. Yeah, right?
But it also gave me. I mean, maybe it's because I am more familiar with the rest of the discography. I got more like hip hop vibes, where like we started from the bottom. We're gonna make it in the city. You and me, like we're not gonna stop. You know what I mean? Like it's like it was kind of like how Chungmo is always like, I started from the bottom. Now I'm up here. Shout outs to Deokso, shout outs to Seoul, shout outs to Gwangjangdong. That was the vibe I was getting with it. So like I understand your perspective, but on the other hand, like it also felt like I can't stop. I gotta fucking make it. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not someone who gets very emotionally invested in the songs.
poo pee pee, get out of here.
Well, yeah. Like as I said, I'm a caveman who sees things at base level, right?
Hey.
So.
Okay, but base level, the lyrics are really good. They're really pretty and it's really well worded.
When people start singing, I'm never gonna stop singing. I'm like, that's how I feel, you know? Like that's just the pessimist in me. I'm like,
okay, fine.
Yeah.
But like stuff like, I will not wake up until I'm done with the stream. I'm like, shit, okay, like.
That's nice. I was gonna say.
See, Doug
was
is.
it
Doug is
Me,
like,
I
nah.
think cringe. I think cringe. That's
really?
Are you a T in your MBTI, sir?
Let me go check. I have
You're
the
a
thing.
T. There's no way you're an
T?
F. He's a T.
Anita, how do you feel about this?
I was gonna say, for this song, was it this song? Like, I'm not familiar with the lyricist. Was it this? I know that Young K worked with
I'm
them. Was
heavily
that-
T. I'm heavily T.
Oh, you T.
70,
Oh, that
I'm
makes sense.
70% T.
You're Robo Man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wait, was it this song that he worked on or Rose Blossom? I don't remember.
Who, Young K?
Young K has
Rose
worked on
Blossom.
both.
Oh, you worked on both. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense to me.
It does make sense, actually. Yeah.
But I actually found this song really enjoyable because of the sound that they're hitting. To me, not necessarily the theming of the lyrics, but like the general sound was very like city pop in a way.
It does, yeah.
Right? And I know that that trend has kind of passed a bit now. Like,
Anita loved that trend.
I still like it.
Yeah, we still love city pop. Get out.
Yes. And I mean, going back to the lyrics, I do appreciate that it's not, I guess I was expecting it to be like a city promo kind of song because some people have done that in the past.
I
So I'm
stole you.
Yes, I'm very pleasantly surprised that it's more
I
of
never
a,
understood the I Soul You campaign, and I was in Korea when they were doing it. I said, like, what is this English we're doing, guys? Like, I never
I
understood.
stole you.
Yeah, it was very. I took pictures in front of the sign in front of the city hall, because that's where my hotel was.
You know
Yeah.
what's bad when people in Korea are making fun of the English. Like that's how bad it was. Like don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it was.
We
It was
hated
like,
it.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Anyways,
but this is good. The lyrics here are good. I mean, to be honest, I feel like this group has that underdog.
Okay, I will
storyline
give you
coming
this.
Up.
I like the story of the high key
So,
girls themselves.
Hard
They're
not
doing
to
well.
like.
Yeah, they one of the girls made it into the L's Up, right?
Yep.
okay.
I like. Okay.
Pink hair.
To be
I don't know
fair,
her name.
I think I'm being a little pessimistic about things in general about this song.
A little.
A little. Probably I'm being like Oscar the Grouch in the trash can right now about this song. Oh, it's not bad. I did not say the song was bad. I just found the messaging to be like a little bit cringy. But given their status and they're on the come up and they're underdogs, I get it. You know, like I get it.
Doug, it's okay. Stop making fun of you.
No, you know what I mean.
No, it's okay to dislike a song. Get out.
No, I don't dislike the song. I just thought like outside of the lyrics, I don't think the song is too like. It's just fine. You know. Would you give me that at least?
I like the arrangement and the production too. Like.
Fair. Okay.
No, but I get what you mean because I feel like it's nothing like wow inducing, you know? Like it's
exactly.
not
yeah.
That's
any
the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
One thing that I thought was weak, not in terms of the music. I thought the choreography was like, were they going
too? I guess. Yeah.
Did you notice this, Anita? Like the choreo is kind of like real basic at certain points.
Yeah,
well, no, like it is, right?
Just
like,
say you don't like the
song. It's not super complicated. They are 4 members, right? So I feel like there's not like a.
But there's a lot of like stand still and just move hands.
Right. Not a whole lot. They utilize backup dancers in some of the live performances as well, but I get what you mean. It's not relying on choreography. Like this is not a choreo song.
I mean,
which is fair, I guess.
I mean, I have nothing objectively bad to say about the song other than I found if I'm not emotionally invested in this group, I'm not like completely involved into the lyrics and things like that.
And to add on to your point, like you have a point about it sounding Broadway-y. Like the whole third section has this whole like orchestral arrangement all of a sudden, and like that kind of digs into that, and like they're on stage.
I want high key to do well. We need more underdog stories in K-pop, guys. Too often do just the good groups do well. We need that's why I really like Dreamcatcher. I think my basis of liking Dreamcatcher is that like they're very committed to their sound, whether it like and it's finally working after a long time. Like that's why I like Dreamcatcher.
Nice.
It's a hustle for
see
them.
It.
I think a lot of K-pop has been like stepping outside of like the typical messaging that they like to focus on. For a while, it was always a love story. For a while, it was like I'm a very strong person. And I feel like in the last like year or two, we've seen a lot of groups kind of venture outside of that. This has been one good example of all of that. And it's been executed pretty well.
This is a song about resilience.
There you go. They will make it in such a beautiful city. I don't know. Yeah, I mean.
Hey, sort of like the IVE track we're about to cover is kind of like I don't really care what you think. Oh, I like these type of messages that people are
very
hitting.
Different vibes though.
You know?
But yes,
very different
like
vibes.
That.
Yeah,
I feel like this vulnerability we're seeing with artists, especially artists that are not just destined to win. Destined to win meaning that you're from just the top 3 company where like barring something going terrible, you're gonna be fine, right?
Yeah.
These more vulnerable messages we're seeing. Well, I can't really say that because IVE is like a top 5 company, but like a group like High Key, right? A group like Brave Girls, a group like Dreamcatcher, where there are bigger stakes to this, right? There's not a guarantee that we're gonna make it to 7 years, yada yada yada. When they are saying these type of messages and things like that, it's just super compelling as a whole.
For the context, right? For those of you guys who might not be aware, High Key is from GLG Entertainment, which, like Doug mentioned earlier, is Grand Line Group. They were founded in 2021. This is their first girl group, and in fact, they separated themselves from a different company around that time to launch this group. And at that point, Stella Jang, I believe, was the only asset of that company.
Hey, yo, Stella Jang!
Yeah. Up until that point, they were just Grand Line, and it was like a full rap company. Like Jamez was on it, Geeks was on it.
Yeah.
Geeks, wow.
Yeah, that's probably not a name you've heard in a while, but Louis
It's been a
and
minute.
Lil Boy, yeah. Sky
Little
Minhyuk,
boy.
yeah. Lil Boy, what a name. Just Lil Boy. Anyways, I think all of that narrative, I don't know the details of obviously, but I'm aware of it, and like that kind of adds a lot to like how this is perceived by a lot of people. And that sounds good.
I just got a phone call, a public service phone call.
What?
Oh,
What is that even?
When we get to like a lull in the podcast, I'll go listen to it. It's not that important, I don't think. Nothing too immediate.
Okay.
You know, I would put this for me. I would honestly give it above average tingly. I'm gonna put it in spicy
Tingly.
I don't know. What about you, Anita? Tingly?
A high tingly.
Man, I am not agreeing with you guys today. Spicy for me.
though. Wow,
Spicy.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You used to be a grouch back in the day. If y'all don't know, Warren used to just shit on
He
every
said
song.
he was a realist.
Yeah, he was a realist.
That was your line.
Maybe I'm the shitter
Yeah.
these days.
Are you Harold?
But you know what
Oh.
song I absolutely like though? IVE either way, the pre-release. The girls
right
out
off
of
the
Starship
bat?
Entertainment.
Okay.
I Am Kitsch After. Like, I really like this song.
Oh wow, really?
I was surprised that the people on our Discord kept not voting for it. That we had to executively put it into the podcast, guys.
Take matter into our own hands.
Yeah, dude. Do y'all not like this? This is
Tell us,
amazing.
Tell us. No. Tell us why you like the song.
Number one, this is not like any of these other IVE songs, right? I Am Kitsch
Right.
After, like they all kind of hit the same kind of energy, right? They're more upbeat, more up tempo.
Right.
This is a I felt that this is more of a vulnerable song. I know that I did not really like the high key. I understand the messaging, but I didn't find it as palatable. I felt that this song is just way more palatable because they're opening it up, right? They're saying how like people think I'm one way, you might think I'm like this, but either way I'm good, you know? I think that's just I think that extends past like with Hikey, they're like, I'm never gonna give up my dreams of being a K-pop singer. I think that's a fine dream, and you could say I'm not that. The resilience is a good thing, right? But at the end of the day, there ain't too many people trying to be K-pop artists who are in that position, right?
The
Specifically,
relatability.
whereas
right?
this IVE song, the either way, this kind of relatability, where people might say certain things about me, people might have certain perceptions of me, and it's like either way, you could have them not. I'm good, you know. I think that's just very relatable in 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like you dig the message.
I like this message.
Okay. Did you like anything else about the song?
The vocal was good. My only thing is this could have been like the One Young solo debut song. it really felt like that. You know exactly what I mean, right?
Okay, yes, but like right off the bat, okay. I think Doug is referring to the fact that typically in IVE, people like to shit on a specific person, aka Jang Won-young.
Yes.
Does she deserve all the shit she gets shit on for? No. Like we are.
I would say she and Jenny are under the biggest microscopes all
Good
the
lord.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes at a timing, right, in events right now where we are following up on a lawsuit against a YouTuber called Sojang, aka 탈덕 수용소, who has been one of the main sources of all the fucking bullshit surrounding Jang Won-young and the other members of IVE. It has, I don't know, for the most part, I mean, Jang Won-young's not the only person that's involved in this right now, though, right? Because like if you look at the very first line of the
others.
song, right, like
Yeah.
it begins off of it with someone said the way I speak is dumb and I act like I'm good all the time, and you know, I mean, I don't think I've particularly had anyone around me say that, but I could see how people would say that because they will take the fact that she's a foreigner and doesn't have good Korean and then run with that into being, ooh, what's up with the way you speak? You know what I mean? Do I think that's fair? No, I'm just saying I can see how people would do that in their mental gymnastics. So I feel like a lot of the lines are based off of some of the commentary they get around online, including and around Wonyoung. I really do appreciate that because first of all, it's very personal. It's written to be very personal to the fact that they get all the shit online. So I really hope. It doesn't have to be about this specific messaging, but again, kind of going back to what I said about Hikey, I really appreciate that they're stepping outside their box a little bit to kind of give off this message, but somehow connect it back to the IVE identity, right?
This song just feels so like it's not only like there's a lot of points to jump on and feel connected to this messaging. It feels extremely pertinent to IVE, right? Like to a T. What you said they're going through, and like if we were 5-6 years in the future and this was the Jang Won-young solo debut song, I would have been like, oh my god, they did it, right? Like in terms of measuring, because I think she eats the most akpul out of all these girls in this group. I think Liz eats a lot of it too.
In the entire industry.
Yeah, but
It's rough.
I feel like it's still pertinent to all of the girls in this group, and I think it's just a broader message of like, you know, you could think what you want, and some of what you might think is kind of true, right? They said all of it's a part of me anyway, right? I just thought it was great. I really enjoyed this song.
Okay. Yeah. Anita, go.
No, I was gonna say I enjoyed the song, but I think I enjoyed the music video even more because the quality of the shots, the composition of the shots, like there's so much going on. Like I think there was even a reference to Lost in Translation, one of the scenes, which is a movie. But I really liked how they building this storyline as well of like being left out, right? And because of these misconceptions, right, of like what people think about you, whether they're right or wrong, right? But you end up being isolated, and then you see them all like kind of accepting that and just being together. I thought that was really cool. I liked how they went about it in the music video. The shots were really, really, really well done. And I don't know, it felt when we say about like feeling personal, right? I feel like a lot of the shots really emphasize that with the like the head on, very close up black and white shots that they had.
Very intimate shots.
Yeah, I thought that was smart because it makes sense. I think that was a very, very obvious way to make it more like one-on-one.
And those are like filmed really well too. I saw the director's name at the end. I don't know who he is.
They did a great job.
Gwang. But he's good. The only complaint I had about the music video was the break in the middle, where all of them in their red hoodie. It's An Yujin when they're driving. They drive to an apartment and they pull up luggage to whichever floor they're on. I'm like, do they need to stop the song for this?
To be fair, the An Yujin acting is next level in this music video.
They were good actresses in the music video. All of them. Like, it was great.
Can I make a petition? You know how I always bring up these scenarios? It's like, why don't these people want to make money, right? Where sort of like my number one idea is that Kim Jungkook should go on they should make the Korean Bachelor with Kim Jungkook. That thing would just print. Would it not just print money? It would print. Let's be honest here. But here's my
Golden
idea.
Bachelor.
The people who are behind the Reply series 1988 need to start writing Reply 1998 with An Yujin in her acting debut as the main character.
Reply 98?
Yes. I'm saying they need to make the next one.
They should have made Reply 2002.
Whatever, Reply whatever, and have An Yujin as the lead.
Dude, 2002 would be a moment.
Could you imagine? I think it made complete sense in like 5 years.
Okay, I mean the current production's busy making Blu-rays for their other shows.
I just feel like it would print because I feel like her acting's on point, and I think she's destined to become an actress towards the end of this.
I didn't know what her capabilities were as an actress, but I mean, I see it. No, especially in that scene in the red hoodie. That was dope. I'm gonna flip the coin a little bit.
Okay, flip the coin.
I don't like the song.
Wow.
Okay. Oh.
I like the topic. I like the subject matter, and I really appreciate. I really appreciate that they're willing to dig into such a personal aspect of their music and somehow connect it back to their theme. I really think all of that's really cool. I think everything about that is everything besides that is a little boring. The production's a little plain. It doesn't really go much anywhere. This could have been a song with a very emotional chorus, up and down, lots of dynamics. None of that really happens. The arrangement's kind of plain. It's a little bass synth.
Man, I can't trust you considering you gave the last song spicy and you're saying this one ain't. Dude, like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Let's talk about the lyrics. I think they fall a little flat. I'm not going to lie. This was written by one of my favorite artists of all time, and I don't think she delivered, I'll be honest. Like,
Who?
선우정아. SWJA. Who has written masterpieces like Run Away. She wrote Run the Fuck Away. in this song, I feel like maybe she was trying to boil it down to a pop audience a little too much. I don't know. There were lines that they were clearly referencing to in terms of like the shitty comments that they get online, and I think that was good. Stuff other than that, all the word choices, the lyrics, I just don't think they weren't very creative. They felt very out of the box in terms of, ooh, I'm gonna be fine despite all this trouble. And that's the topic they're going for. It's just, I've heard a lot of songs in that aspect, and this one just happens to be in that direction as well. Not just particularly better or worse. Some of the lines I feel like are a little cringy. Like, for instance, people say it's because you're an I or because you're an E. Well, I don't care. I'll just be a V.
Why is there so many references to MBTI?
I was like,
Crew's just way too obsessed with it at the moment. Like, I don't understand.
I mean,
That took me out a little bit.
to be honest, I did call you out on being a T earlier, so like maybe they should have the point there. But
Come on, man, you're just a walking contradiction today, Dad.
But I don't know, like stuff like, oh, like the way people love differently. Like, I mean, sure, I get that, but like, also there was another focus on making the chorus like very repetitive and catchy. Like that is not necessary in a track like this.
I thought the whole chorus was supposed to be like that in order to catch the mope when people read bad things about themselves. You know?
No, just
I
I'm
got
talking
that
about
feeling.
the top line where it's like, either way I'm good.
Yeah, I thought it worked. I
don't know. I really didn't think we need that, to be honest. Like, this was on its way to being like a ballad track, and it was held back into making a slow, down-tempo pop electro synth track. And I think I appreciate
with this messaging, would you rather it just be a straight ballad then?
100%,
Really? Okay.
or R&B, or for that matter.
I just feel like they wouldn't capture the mope as well. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, dude, you have not heard good ballads then, because ballads are the mope. That's just mope. Tears. Tears.
I just don't think it would be compelling to have 20-year-olds singing this type of ballad to me.
At the end of the day, this felt like a attempt to rise IVE a little bit earlier than I expected them to be, and I appreciate that, and I think that's really cool.
Also, what was up with this Luna-esque blonde one young lord crap at the end?
Yeah, what was the ending?
I don't think they're done with the lore. No, I don't think they're done with the lore.
I know. She like
There's
sprouted a
lore?
planet on her finger, y'all. Like, it
Why
was
is
like,
there lore all of a sudden?
She's different from everybody. She's an alien. She's good at spinning balls on her fingers.
yeah, she like spawned an orb randomly, and it was like very Luna-esque, wasn't it? I was like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Dude, it's the IVE
Threw me off.
universe.
And then
IVE.
after that shot, there was like space shots, right? At that completely, that was the
At
last
the beginning
thing.
too.
Yeah, we got. I don't know what's going
Oh
on.
wait, what's going on?
Dude, One Young is an alien. It makes sense, guys. Their company label name Starship.
Starship.
Dude,
I mean, to be
coincidence?
fair,
I think not.
Uju Sonyo in their infancy had the strongest space concept ever, and they should have stayed on that line.
Yeah.
guys. It was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Guys, remember Secret?
Oh my god. What a song.
Anyway,
All right, this is a low spicy to me.
I'm surprised you said low after you said you liked it that much.
I like it. It's in the top 15 of the year for me.
I give it a tingly. Hi,
I'm giving it
tingly.
a tingly too.
All right, the only other songs that came out this week, I'm not gonna butcher this Spanish. It's One Us with Baila Conmigo, right?
There you go.
good.
You got it.
Yeah. And then BI had a pre-release, but it's just a visualizer with. By the way, I'm not a fan of visualizer song with 4 letters. I think it's
I can tell.
such a waste. Yeah. All right, so those are the only 2 other releases this week. All right, Spice King guys. This is the segment where the crew decides which song reigns supreme each week. We evaluate the Soju chart in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. Songs that place number 1 are declared this week's Spice King. They receive a crown. If you get 3 crowns, you enter the Hall of Spice. For this week, we mentioned it last week and this week, there are double crowns, right? So you can get 2 crowns in first place. If you get a unanimous first place votes, you get 4 crowns instantly enter the Hall of Spice. What is changing next week? So this is an open discussion we've been having with our patrons and the mods on the server, things like that. What we think we are doing is originally the Gochujang voting on the show was limited to just our patrons, so they would vote as the fourth entity. So I would vote, Anita would vote, Warren would vote, and then the patrons would vote. We've decided to kind of open it up. So next week we will be allowing anyone on the Discord to have input on the Gochujang vote. But how it's going to happen is everyone will get to vote on it, but the people who are the Gochujang, the patrons, their votes will gain double the power. So if you're a regular person on the Discord, your first place vote will award 5 points. But if you are a patron, a Gochujang member, you will your first place vote will award 10 points. So that's how we're going to be doing it.
So double the weight or half the weight.
Yes. So if you, this is probably the best time to join the Discord next week. You'll be able to vote on the songs on Sunday via our song poll channel. And then on the Monday, we will open up the voting to everyone. Yes. Okay. Yep. Last week on episode 251, Vicha Universe picked up double crowns, came in first place. Second place was Resemble with Sensitive. Third place was Rocket Punch with Boom. New candidates this week are the 6 songs we covered. XG Puppet Show, Billie, BYOB, Bring Your Own Best Friend, Jungkook 3D featuring Jack Harlow, NCT U, Baggy Jeans, High Key Seoul, Such a Beautiful City, and IVE Either Way. Guys, you gotta put XG Puppet Show in first place.
You go there, yes. First place.
The rest of it's up for debate, but I feel like that's a base. Second place, I got IVE Either Way, and in third place, I have High Key Seoul, Such a Beautiful City in third.
Wow. I'm surprised you
I
included
told you, I didn't hate the song. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the messaging, guys.
I thought you hated it.
No, I did not hate the song.
What a twist. My turn. I also concur XG Puppet Show first place. It's a bop. I've heard them mention, or I don't know where I saw it, but they mentioned Heaven Core for like their concepting, which I think is very interesting. I honestly, XG has very interesting styling, concepting. I love to see it. And this is not an exception. So Puppet Show first place. Second place, I have High Key. Seoul, Such a Beautiful City. Yeah, like I said, I liked the city pop vibes. The lyrics, I like the messaging they got going on. I'm very interested to see how they do the follow-up to this, because now we're getting a lot more eyes on them. I'm wondering if they're going to
need a banger, guys.
Continue with this sound or switch it up a bit. I'm very, very curious. So I'll put them in second for now. And then in third place was hard. I was between two groups. Between one group and one soloist.
So between Jungkook and IVE?
Ultimately, I give it to IVE, yes.
Okay, yeah.
I do agree that the track itself is not super out there. Like, it's quite minimal. But I'm very compelled by the music video. And I don't know, I like that they're trying this out, because I feel like this is super different than what they've had in the past. Even with everything else that they've done, I don't think this sounds anything like it. So I like that they're trying this out. And I think it's interesting and witty to call out some of the stuff that's going outside, the comments and all that. I think it was very, very well produced in that sense. So third place.
In general, I agree with Anita. I'm gonna jump to the chase here. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I have Puppet Show first as well.
Let's go.
Good song. I also have High Key Seoul, Such a Beautiful City on second place as well. Good song. Go. Great pop, great lyrics, great theme. Everything goes over. Third song is gonna be a game time decision to me. Not gonna lie.
Well, it's the game time, dude. There's it's not even a game time. It's a decision. It's a decision.
I gotta make it. Okay, I gotta pick between either NCT, Billie, or actually, I gotta pick between those two.
Oh, okay.
And I choose NCT with Baggy Jeans.
Oh my!
I knew it.
Okay.
That's my kind of song. It's got that glitch core hip hop, industrial hip hop trap kind of vibe with a good verse. I can't complain.
Go to gang. First place, XG Puppet Show 27 points.
There you go.
Amazing,
Second
guys.
place,
Yes.
Vicha Universe 20. They like that Vicha song.
Oh.
And in third place, L'Assemble with Sensitive with 19.
Oh, we still
That
listen
is-
to that. Yes.
That is their chart for this week. Fourth place with 15 was High Key. But yeah, those are the
okay.
songs they liked.
There you go.
As a result, in third place with only 4 points, IVE Either Way is in third place, guys. 4 points is
Okay.
enough to do it this week. Second place with 7 points is High Key Seoul Such a Beautiful City via just our votes, not the Gochu Gang, just us. We all voted for it. And then in first place, picking up quadruple crowns,
Ooh.
XG Puppet Show via all first place votes.
Wow.
Entering the 2023 Hall of
Let's
Spice,
go.
joining New Jeans Ditto, New Jeans
XG.
OMG, Billie Anoya, 17 Super, Dreamcatcher Bon Voyage, New Jeans Super Shy, New Jeans ETA, and now XG Puppet Show. Boom.
Good addition.
That's a
As
good
it
addition.
should.
The amazing thing is now that we've covered an XG song officially, it's up for Song of the Year and things like that, end of the year awards.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm glad it is.
fair.
It's a good song, man.
Yeah. All right. So that is the Soju chart this week. And finally, we're at show winners. There's not a lot of them, but Anita, let us know what
Thank
happened.
God. Only got 2 this week. First off, V with Slow Dancing won an EP countdown. So a total of 6 wins for him as his solo debut. And then we have Tempest with Vroom Vroom won on show champion in Music Bank. So 2 wins for them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of music shows this week and next week because of the Asia Games. A big shout out to the guys on the League of Legends team who got military exemption.
Yo.
go,
Let me name them real quick. We got Faker, we got Zeus, Kanavi, Chovy, Ruler, and who I think is the best player in the world right now, Keria. So shout out to him and Coach Koma.
Shout out.
Yeah, League of Legends. Let's go.
Let's go.
So that ends part 1, SojuTalk, episode 252. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Del Monic, Ellie, Irv Tron, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, Tier, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K-Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Nuda, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk, episode 252. We're going to talk about the news and events from last week. Actually, not that much. I know last week during the break, we covered like 45, 50 articles. Anita even had to dip in the middle of it.
Had to step out.
Yeah. All right, first one. According to Star News, G-Dragon has officially left YG Entertainment and is now under Warner Music.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
That man
End of
was
an
at
era.
that man was under that company for a good like 20 years, right?
Couple decades.
It's insane.
Man.
Hey, has YG ever looked like weaker in terms of
It's not looking good, for sure.
Let's
Yeah.
put it this way.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Somi doing well. We need more comebacks from her for sure.
Please.
Right?
Yes.
She's been great. She's been looking really happy. She's been filming all the TikToks and all the promotions with the show. She's been appearing on Variety. Somi's having a good time. I like that. Fantastic.
Yep.
Blackpink is really up in the air. You know, it seems like
Contract renewal
Lisa does
stuff.
not need to sign with the company is what it seems like to me. Seems like none of the girls technically need to. The current prevailing rumors, so none of this is corroborated, is that people think like Rose might sign, and that's about it.
Oh,
That's
no.
what I've been hearing.
Okay, are we gonna talk about Blackpink separately today, or like, are we?
No, there's no
both
article, so
together?
we could just, now is the point to talk about it.
Okay, I mean, since we're on the topic of Blackpink, right? Like, on a personal level, I want to see these members work on music produced by other people. Like,
Not
I
Teddy.
agree.
not Teddy, not YG in house, just that. On the other hand, I want the four of them to stick together.
I also
Yes.
agree.
It's a hard situation.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it can be done. It's like we haven't had examples of
Yeah,
people
but we-
leaving a
we-
label and then still being active as a
even
group.
the examples people have been giving, like Mamamoo, they haven't actually done a lot of Mamamoo 4 stuff outside of the Jamboree, which they were kind of
That's
forced
true.
to.
Got seven. Got seven.
Yeah, got7.
God 7 is the best example, probably.
Warner
Yeah.
Music. What's it called? Baby Girls.
Yes. Yeah.
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 It
It could happen.
It could happen. At Blackpink's level and their velocity, it's really gonna come down to how much people really want to make it happen. You know what I mean?
The members
Yes.
themselves, I think. Right.
Yep. So all of that is something we will not be aware of for a very long time, if ever at all, right?
I mean, let's put it this way. They make so much money individually, the Blackpink girls, that like they could do whatever they want. Either way, it's fine for them, right? So it's
they'll
hard
be
to
okay.
negotiate.
Yeah.
It's hard to negotiate when you as a company, I'm talking from the YG perspective, has zero leverage on this, right? It's an impossible situation. And people have been kicking the horse while it's down. A lot of people are like, Baby Monster, y'all gonna like not debut this for 2 years too, like you did with Treasure? Like, and Treasure had a decent start, but I don't think anyone's saying Treasure's like doing super well, right? I don't think people would say
Yeah. I mean,
it's doing okay.
But
it's
like,
not bad. It's not great.
we're always gonna have the question of what if they debuted if they struck while the iron was hot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I'd strike that. Treasure's doing extremely well. It just doesn't feel like they are. They sold 1.8 million of the last thing.
Oh, good for them.
good for them.
But
It
it
could have
feels-
been 5 million.
Right. Like the numbers are good, but why doesn't it feel like
Exactly.
popularity reflects it? I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Okay, let's bring it back to G Dragon, right? Because G Dragon and his relationship with YG
Yeah.
has been like one of the biggest company to artist relationship in K-pop ever. He has been YG's little boy to the
He was
best-selling artist
the
to
face, yeah.
legend. Yeah, like right off his debut, he debuted as like the little kid in the YG family thing. So on one hand, I'm gonna say what I said about Blackpink. I'm kind of excited to see how G-Dragon does outside the help of Teddy and the usual production crew that helps G-Dragon make music.
That's a big if he releases music.
Yeah.
course.
If
Is he working on music? I hope
It seems like outside of Taeyang, no one really seems too like fired up to be releasing stuff, right?
well, yeah.
I mean, is he gonna make more shoes? Kwandos?
Yeah.
Look, the Kwando Pandas are fire, but we would like a proper album. Personally speaking, he's had a lot of influence on the music industry overall, so I understand the pressure. This pressure is gonna be probably bigger pressure than the one Dean has, because he's like,
Yes.
his musical DNA is in so many artists these days. So I feel like it's gonna be really hard to follow up. What he looks like under Warner Music, I don't know. Like, I feel like Warner Music has been picking up a lot of artists left and right these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least they've been we heard about them with the whole 50-50 situation.
Yeah.
They have AB6 via brand new music now, Got 7, BB Girls, you know.
Quite a bit.
They
Quite a
they
bit
dropped their
there.
soloist. Jamie's not under there anymore. So they've been making moves.
No, yeah. It used to be just like a couple groups here and there, but like we are starting to like hear stuff about, their relationships with all these other K-pop people, and I'm like, okay, like it's clear that they want to have a pie, this slice of this pie, but I don't have a good understanding of what they're capable of and how good they are at it. So I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, piggybacking off of this, there was like a Warner Records, like this is the images that people saw, This is Warner Records welcomes G-Dragon. So like it's official, guys. They made these images. So it's completely confirmed. End of an era, right? This YG they're in a weird position. They look real weak right now. I wonder what's gonna happen.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right, so that is the G-Dragon stuff. Let's see. Moving on. So New Jeans theme song Gods for the League of Legends World Championships will be released on October 4th. So excited. League of Legends releases an epic song for Worlds every year. I think this is like the 8th year or something like that of Worlds, something like that.
Oh wow.
It should be interesting. Actually it's way more than 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the 14th year of Worlds, I think. Yeah, something like that. 2011, 13th or 12th, 13th or 14th year, something like that. But previously, there's a lot of like very recognizable Worlds songs, right? KDA, for instance, right?
Yeah,
everyone remembers that.
I can remember.
There's some of the songs, especially the drops, like "The Legends Never Die." That song's very popular, right? People always talk about that song. And then I remember the Imagine Dragons one was pretty big too.
Oh yeah,
like.
Ignite
these are some very memorable, famous songs that come out of the League of Legends World Championship. New Jeans, though, if you listen to the teaser, though, it's like New Jeans is gonna do this. Like,
I was about to say, like,
it's kind of crazy.
songs that I remember are usually like way more intense.
Yeah, they're like
normally
intense, like rock based, like
yes,
or EDM.
Yeah.
Yep. Very interesting.
I don't know I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, the teaser that they dropped, I don't know if it's meant to reflect the actual song. I'm gonna guess it is. Like it's very grandiose and like very completely opposite of what we are familiar with New Jeans. So we'll have to see. On the other hand, I think this is the first time they're officially showing up as the world champion theme song artist, as a Korean artist. KDA, I believe, was for something else. It might be.
Oh, was it? Okay. It might have been LCK or MSI or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the competitions are for League because I don't. Wait, Anita, you watch League competitions, don't you?
Not very small amount of viewership.
Oh, never mind.
I've had.
Whatever. I know they performed it at the World Championships though, 2018 World Championships.
Okay, they
did. I remember
they performed
this.
it. Yes, they performed it. Yes, I don't think it was a theme song for the World Championships though.
Yeah. No, it was Rise in 2018. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. But all of these songs are very popular. They're always grand. Everyone listens to them who plays League, right? It's a big deal. It's a big deal to get the world song. We'll have to see what's going to happen because I think a lot of the imagery this year, it kind of is, a lot of it looks a lot to me like they're sort of referencing how Deft won the World Championship last year. So if you don't know, Deft was a guy, he's one of the most famous players in Korea. He went to the same middle school as Faker. He was in a grade below him. And he's always got close to winning stuff, but never won it. And last year he won Worlds. So it was a gigantic deal when he did.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the number 2 became the number 1 over...
Yeah.
Wow.
So whatever he does in the rest of his career, he's chill because he won Worlds, right? So
underdog story.
So it should be fun.
So that explains why there's an Asian dude on the cover.
It looks like Deft. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but to me it looks like him.
It kind of looks like him. Yeah.
But yeah, so it should be a lot of fun though. October 4th in a couple of days. I used to be addicted to League. I got up to like high plat, close to diamond. Was never that good. I was okay at the game, but I always watch Worlds though because it's a lot of fun.
Are we gonna cover this when it drops?
It could be on the list. It might win.
Let's see.
Okay.
We'll see.
You'll have to join the Discord if you want to vote for it, I guess.
Yeah, so that's happening. Should be pretty cool. Next thing we got. So, Boys Planet contestant Jungkook is going to make his debut in boy group One Pact.
Okay.
What a
Good
name.
for him.
Yeah. So let me see the article. I was trying to read up on this. Yeah. So he's in Armada Entertainment, and they say that we are launching boy group One Pact with their debut set for later this year. So it combines One and Impact. No kidding, guys.
One Pact.
Jungkook was very popular. Yeah. So a lot of these kids are now going to be debuting. It's a lot of fun. But they've been getting mixed signals because he also talked about doing stuff with Jay. But you know, Jay's doing his own thing, so I don't know. Yeah, so I don't really know. Maybe they were just like gassing each other up.
Collaboration.
Yeah. All right, next thing, Anita, did you know this? SM Entertainment announced that Jungmin will not be making his debut with the new NCT team, the upcoming unit from the NCT universe, the show they had due to health issues.
Ooh.
So they had that show, right, Anita? NCT Universe. What is it? Last Start or LA Start? Whatever it is.
Last Start.
Whatever. He was one of the kids who won. I believe he got third place at the end. So he was supposed to be in the 6-member unit, and they pulled him because of health issues. Bruh. Or they were supposed to be 7, but now they're down to 6, something like that. But he's not in the lineup anymore.
Man.
That's a little sad.
Yeah. That sucks, right?
Yeah, I mean, he went through the whole thing. I'm wondering what happened. Like, I mean, hopefully it's not too serious, but like, I would assume that they could delay it until he is better. But if it's
apparently not.
Ultimately, like, not even a part of the group anymore.
I
hope he gets all good, though.
This is going to be the group that is essentially like NCT Japan, right? I believe. Am I wrong, Anita?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't follow the show that closely, but I saw some clips because I was curious to see like what they were doing as far as concepting and like who might be involved. Right? They're all very young, like I expected. So this is concerning, right? That he has health issues and can't debut with the group, but So the people that were in the show
Shion,
were
Riku,
mixed.
Yushi, Daeyoung, Rio, and Sakuya. So a lot of Japanese guys.
Yeah, Japanese contestants and Korean contestants. Yeah, that's really sad. I hope he's well. Best of luck.
Okay. A little bit of added context. It's not in the translations, but in the Korean press release, it does confirm that he's going to become a trainee again and not leave the company.
That sucks, though. Like, that sucks.
But like, if the opportunity is still there, if you know,
the issue for him is that this is the last NCT thing, and they just debuted Rise. That's what sucks.
It's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while, like 5 years, dude.
Join
maybe they'll Yeri him in. You know, like.
Oof.
Maybe it could happen.
For the moment, he's still a part of
At the beginning, you remember when they Yeti'd her in and people were so not happy about it? Oh my god!
Well, people were afraid that it was going to end up being like continuously adding.
Yes,
people
I remember
and
this, dude. People thought they were just gonna keep adding girls into it, and people were freaking out, and they're like, "We don't like you. Stop ruining our 4-member happiness group." Right?
OT4.
Odd.
Oh my god! It was even today. People like give her shit for that for some reason.
Wait,
Doesn't
still?
make sense to me.
I think some of the people don't like her. Say things like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
Why would you
next one, Ihori comeback after it's 6 years, dude.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Hoodie, bambaji. So hoodie and short pants, right?
Hoodie.
Oh, hoodie bambaji. It's going to be out October 12th. You know, people like Ihori and Rain are always bound to pop up once in a while, right? That's what it just feels like. They're just like, it's been a couple years. I should do something on TV, right?
I mean, yeah. She's not gonna go away. It's like Beyonce for us.
Did you? So it's not in my news this week, but Rain's kind of in trouble. There's like a pending lawsuit against him.
Oh no!
They like catfished someone when he was selling one of his houses. Apparently.
What?
So the stuff I heard was that Rain wanted to sell one of his houses. Right? He has many, of course. Of course, rich guy. And they refused. I don't know if it was him or the company that he's selling through. Refused to show potential buyers the house itself because they said that Kim Tae-hee was living in the house at the time. But they said, here are all the photos of the house, all the rooms, yada, yada, yada. This is what it looks like, right? Mm-hmm. So some other rich guy bought the house, And when he showed up to the house, it wasn't the house in the pictures.
Oh no! Don't.
How did they get away with this?
Well, they haven't.
There's a big lawsuit apparently brewing against
How
them.
did they think they would get away with this?
Okay, I mean, look, I understand rich people be investing in their own ways and rain is rain, but like, why buy a house without seeing it?
That too, I guess.
Yeah, he might be on the hook for real estate fraud. Apparently.
All right, well,
over 6 million USD for the house.
Not worth it.
on September 25th, he announced that that is completely false. How? He has not said anything on. So.
Yeah, so we'll have this. I mean, at the end of the day, whoever has the chat logs is going to just win the case, right? If like, did they show him the right house? Did they show him the wrong house? That's really what it's going to come down to. So we will
just
have to see.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, that's not Iori's business.
All right. Studio Pav. Right? There's a lot of words here. They slashed the prices for the tickets to the show at the MetLife.
Well, I'm not complaining.
P1 is now only $400, guys. P2 is only $400, and P3 is $299.
Dang.
Nice. I'm probably not gonna get P1, P2, or P3. I'm probably gonna go.
Ooh.
You're probably gonna go.
Yeah, no, I have a group of friends, and we were like, I want to see New Jeans. And I was like, same.
My
This is a chance.
one of my aunt went to the last time they did something big like this, like 10 years ago in the New York area.
Yeah.
Was it good?
She said there was something really funny that happened where legendary singer Patty Kim, they for some reason put her as like one of the last acts, right?
Okay.
Patty Kim, yeah.
Yeah, and she said like Jess Kiz and everyone fun went before her, right?
Wow.
And she said the most embarrassing thing was that everyone started leaving while she was singing.
No.
And my aunt said it was the most awkward thing because my aunt's a Patty Kim fan, so she wanted to see
Yeah.
Patty Kim, and she
That
said
was the
she was
main
sitting
event for
there,
her.
and she said like 70% of the people started leaving to beat traffic.
Oh no.
So that's why they need to keep New Jeans and Psy as the last two acts, so everyone stays.
Okay, no, this is because of the way these shows work. New Jeans is gonna go first.
I know.
They're the youngest.
Oh, no.
Patty Kim's gonna go last,
Yeah.
right? And it might happen again.
Maybe Psy will go after Patty Kim. It's Psy.
But yeah, my aunt said this story, and she was like, it was one of the most awkward concert experiences she's ever went to because she felt like she's like, what are we supposed to do, right? Like,
Okay, a little
didn't
bit of
leave,
added
right?
context. Sorry, what?
Your aunt stayed, right?
yeah,
For the last
my aunt
bit?
Oh,
saw the whole
good.
thing.
Right, like a little bit of added context. Like Patty Kim, like y'all probably don't know who she is because she's 85.
Yeah, she's
Like-
literally 85.
I looked her up. She's literally 85 years old. Good lord, she can still sing. What a lady. She is considered like the first pop musician singer in Korea. First to go to Japan in the 1960s. So like from a music history perspective, she means a fuck ton.
Legend.
Legend. Do I know more than 3 of her songs? No.
Exactly.
Like I love Tortanga. That's about it. Like but yeah, she was the diva of her era. So if I see her, I'll stay, but
Hey, I will go to this concert if they start giving out free tickets if you spend $50 at H Mart in like a month or so. That's when I'll show up, dude.
Bro.
It seems like they're trending in that direction, does it not? Like I heard the last time there was one of these big concerts, the gala concerts in LA, they had to give out the tickets at the end because they didn't want it to be empty.
there's less Korean people than New York and LA, so we'll see what happens there.
Let me check the Ticketmaster page real quick. I've been checking it once
Best
in a while.
of luck to Studio Pav and KBS and all the artists.
Okay, more got sold. We're
sure,
at
never
like 40% sold now.
Okay.
When is the date? When is the thing?
October 26th. It's a Thursday at 6 p.m.
Okay, we got 3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll have to see. So that's the news there. And the final thing I got is they do the iHeartRadio Jingle Bell tour all the time.
Yes.
So some K-pop acts are going to be there. So G Idol will be at the LA, Chicago, Detroit, Boston, and Washington D.C. stops. So that is on early December 1st, 4th, 5th, 10th, and 11th.
Wow.
That's pretty
Nice.
Nice.
cool. Hey, some of the other people who are going to be there, it's going to be like Usher, Jelly Roll, the country singer, Lil Durk,
Lil-
Big Time
Okay.
Rush, Flow Rider,
Big Time Rush.
dude, and G Idol. And we got
Wow.
SZA, One Republic, David Kushner, Flow Rider again, Usher, Jelly Roll. Dude.
Wait, I see an
Where do I
NCT
go?
Dream in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep moving. There's more K-pop people. So NCT Dream, Boston December 10th, Washington DC December 11th, Atlanta on the 14th. So they will be at those
Whoa.
dates.
Interesting.
And then the most shocking of them is, so this one I didn't even see that they got their own thing. P1 Harmony. P1
Okay.
Harmony, dude.
Good for them.
On November 28th.
This is such an interesting mishmash of K-pop
This
and
one
pop
is
music.
it not? Is it? This
No,
one
it is.
ridiculous. Flow Rider, man, Big Time Rush, Jelly Roll is like the odd man out on these ones.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Again, my bingo card is bewildered. Jelly Roll, Florida, P1 Harmony in one show.
Jelly Roll's really popular right now as a rapper country guy. You know, he's all
Yes.
over the place.
Man,
And P1 Harmony. So P1 Harmony's gonna beat Jelly Roll potentially, or Flow Rider.
Good for
you know
them.
what? Yeah, good.
It's a-
Yeah, maybe they'll
Yeah.
get some apple bottom jeans with Florida. Who knows?
Yeah, so that's all the news this week. Not too much. A lot of it because of the Asia Games. But next week, Epic's On and Off, Super Junior Yesong, 82 Major, which is a pre-release for a group, I believe. I think it's a pre-debut song. It might not be, actually. NCT 127, IVE pre-release again, Just Be, and then that New Jeans League of Legends song. Guys, how about we all agree to cover NCT 127, IVE pre-release, and New Jeans League of Legends? Can we just all agree on that right now?
That sounds pretty good
Guys.
to me.
No, it needs to go through the process of democracy and voting.
Wink,
That's
wink,
true.
nudge,
So
nudge.
join our Discord. We have a poll channel. That poll goes up on Sunday where you can vote on which songs we should cover. And then on Monday midday, Warren posts. Well, he's going to post in the SojuTalk channel and the Gochu Gang channel, and you're going to be able to vote on the actual Soju chart for the episode the following day on Monday.
Yep.
All right. That is episode 252 in the books. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Yeah, I'm still excited about season 6. We got new graphics today. If you haven't noticed, the theme song should be all
song.
good. Should be a lot
Yes.
of fun, guys, going forward. All right, we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.